Man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest challenges with it. It's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side. Ooh, he blessed me. All the lies they tell it's a vaccine. Them acting is so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like bowling at pint, cause strikes don't cut her. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hey, welcome to the channel. I am Mrs. Best. We have James, our co-host from Watch Your Mouth Reviews.
Hey, y'all.
We are here to go over Love and HipHop Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 28. This is Sassing Through the Snow. The names get cornier.
They do. I forgot about that.
They just get cornier and cornier. Sassing Through the Snow. I like Christmas music a lot. I love Christmas music, by the way. Anywho, we are here again. He's like, what?
Oh, I knew that about you, but yeah, we talked about this.
Oh, I feel. Well, yeah, you're right. I probably say it often. Anywho, you guys are going to get up right into the episode. This episode gave us a whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. I like to give our opinions on the episode before we get into it. If I had to rate it, I would definitely give this episode a 2.
Mm-hmm. You generous.
And that is generous.
I said a 1 because this was terrible.
I'm so tired of the same just stuff. It's
same shit, different episode. I'm sick of Carly. I am sick of Spice. I am sick of Yandy. I am sick of Rashida. I am sick of Kurt. I am sick of Renny Rucci. I am sick of all of these people. Yeah. Mona, I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know why you're trying to make this shit happen. But y'all need to hang it up. Hang it up. Yeah. I don't want to see it anymore.
If it's not working to where people are going to do and say the same things and we're going to have to see people like demand. I feel like, I'm going to just say, I feel like specifically, and you guys probably get this later, I feel like Spice is trying to swing her invisible you-know-what around, thinking that because of her popularity outside of the show that she'll be able to rule what's going on the show. And in my opinion, she should not be able to do that. However, we know that she will still try to do that. So, anywho, jumping into this episode, we see Zell. These people are in Canada right now. I believe they're in Alberta. And Zell is discussing Paris. Paris P used to be on Love and HipHop Hollywood. She and Zell were very, very close, lived together, all of these things. And I guess he was upset with her for a little bit because she kept it real with him about his relationship, which I think makes her a good friend. But he discusses how she didn't want him to move to Atlanta, not for a man that don't want you. And Santana did seem like he did not want Zell throughout this entire anything that we've seen them. It just did not seem like Santana was that interested in Zell. But Zell says he appreciates the tough love and that Paris was right because him and Santana are not together. I'm not really going to comment too much on this scene. I'm going to say I don't care about their breakup. I didn't believe the relationship in the first place, and it never made sense to me. And not because they are gay. I really don't give a damn who's gay or not. But
here's the thing. Yeah,
they lack compatibility.
Yeah, it's not even the lack of compatibility. We know somewhere down the line, Zell wants a family with a woman, and that kind of shit that he had growing up, he said it out of his own mouth. So long term, I wouldn't have saw this working anyway. I just wouldn't have. And the thing about Saucy Santana is that I really felt like he now feels like Love and Hip Hop is beneath him because he has all these other different endeavors. So it's like, yeah, I wouldn't believe that relationship either. I just wouldn't believe it was real. I'm not saying I don't believe because they're types. I'm just saying based on what he wants in his future, and I don't know what Saucy Santana wants in his future, I don't think the two would have collided. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, we know he don't want Zell. We know he don't want Zell. That's one thing that we do know. So I don't really care for it. I'm not going to keep just letting everyone know. I'm not going to keep coming back to discussing it. That's why I was getting our opinions now. Not to be disrespectful in any manner. I don't care. So yeah, moving it along. I've been feeling so mean having to do that. I do. We see Carly Red break down saying she wished she had a friend like Zell. This is all in the same little car. Looks like they ride in somewhere. Carly is struggling. It seems like she has struggled with friendships her entire tenure on this show. She has always been known as Messy Carly Red, or somebody who Carly gonna keep a man red. Both aren't really the best thing to be known for because she's not really keeping the man if she's getting a new one constantly. Just saying. Not trying to be B. James's diet, but
I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to hold my laughing because
people be like, yeah, I know how to get and keep a man. There's a difference between knowing how to get a man and keep a man. And there's a difference.
yes, I understand. There's something that ain't gonna keep it. So it's like you have to decipher all of that. So sometimes y'all say this prematurely. Like y'all need to kind of wait it out a little bit. Make sure you get some stamina and some stance first, and then kind of do it like that. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Other than that, the thing about Carly that makes me just laugh because it just seems like a lot of this you cause because you're not one. You kind of made it a. I don't want to say like a stigma, but you kind of made it like this, you know, persona to be the messy person, and you kind of mirrored it by saying, "I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. I keep it 100." The problem with this is that not everything needs a moment. And I think that that's where you fall short in that persona. So I'm just going to kind of say it like that. And then, you know,
Yeah.
kind of just maintain it in that same capacity because a lot of her issues she brought upon herself by trying to continue to kiss these girls' asses and be their friends when they don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I agree. Apologies for being off camera, you guys. My cat is panicking right now. I don't know why. As you see, there is his little head under me. So apologies for that. I can't hold cat and be on screen. Anywho, I definitely agree with everything that you said. She needs to grow the hell up. But now the cast is trying to play nice, saying that they now see a deeper side to Carly, which irritated me because the people who were saying that in that van were the same people who were basically siding with Spice and viewing Carly as messy and not really trying to be empathetic to her or sympathetic in any way at all. Now suddenly y'all care. Now suddenly you get it. Fuck them all. If I was Carly, that's what I would say. Screw them all. So next thing we see is Jock and Kendra back in Atlanta. Why are they still on this show? I need to know for real. Why are they on this show?
Child, your guess is as good as mine. I'm telling you, I have no idea.
Child, I can't understand
all this fucking foolishness.
So
foolishness.
They are actually planning and discussing Gloria, which is his baby mama, the one kid that he had during that very short break that he had from Kendra. And Kendra, as we know, is not really interested in meeting her, dealing with her, anything like that. She's kind to the baby, but she don't got to get to know the mama. And I personally agree with that. Now, Jock calls Gloria to invite her or to invite their daughter Gianna to a kickball day so that she could play with her siblings, spend time with his kids, things of that nature. Now, his mother passing, it seems like he does want to be a better father and do things that he really didn't do when she was here now, which is good. Sometimes that's what inspires people to change, and that's what it seems to be. So, you gonna leave now? Bye-bye. Sorry, y'all. I'm an animal person, so excuse-moi. Anyhow, long story short, Kendra don't want to deal with Gloria. He invites her to the kickball day. The chick is like, yeah, it's okay. But then at the same time, she then asks in the next sentence, when you gonna spend some time with her? He literally is calling you to spend time with her. Now you look like a clout chaser, Gloria. And I'm going to just say that because he calls you to spend time with child, and your response is you need to spend time with child. Maybe saying, I hope this continues. Other thing, you're complaining about time with a child you made with a married man, one. You're complaining about the fact that he is not spending enough time with his child, but you knew what he was, who he was, what he did, his schedule, how that would make it difficult for him to be there for one child, not to mention the other fucking 9 that he has. So it's like, come on, Gloria. I don't trust it. You got with this man knowing what you was going to get, and now you're trying to use that to make it seem like he's not a good father. He's got a bunch of other kids and baby mamas that is fine. So you can't just make us think that. How did you feel about his phone call to Gloria?
So let's start from the beginning with the Kendra situation, because I respectfully disagree with you. The only way I would feel like Kendra didn't need to have a rapport of some capacity with Gloria is if the daughter was over the age of 10 that can have a mind to speak for herself, and maybe her own cell phone to call her dad and let her know that he would like to come see her. But this baby is very, very young. So I still think that Kendra does need to have somewhat of a cordial relationship with Gloria, because she is his wife and she did take the active role of stepmother. And sometimes being a step parent does mean that you do need to be in some sort of communication if she has to bring the baby to events like this.
It also seems so like Kendra, she's explained she is there for the kids, loves the kids because it's not their fault. But and Jock has explained this too. She's not the one waking up early and getting people to school and doing all of that. Now, if she were doing that type of, because there's multiple types of step parents, which a lot of people know. And there's some that are going to be active and act like another parent, like a true bonus parent. And then there are some that are just going to kind of like leave that boundary there where it's like, we related, but you don't belong to me type thing. It seems like Kendra's not doing all of the duties or being left alone with the little girl like that. Here's the thing. I feel like if Gloria meets Kendra once and then it's like, okay, now you've gotten to meet her, that should be enough. But Gloria's not going to make that enough. And I feel like Kendra knows that and it's not saying that, and it's annoying me. Because Gloria,
if she did say that, then I would have to change of opinion.
Yeah, I think most people would. But
the problem is that I kind of felt like the same way we could say for Gloria that he was married, you had a baby with married. We could say the same thing for Kendra. Kendra, he had 150 kids. So I'm sorry, like you need to at least show an ounce of like, okay, because what's going to end up happening is, and then it's unfortunate that if she does stay married to Jock all up until that baby gets 18, this baby is one day going to see this show and see that you really were trying to oust her mom in like probably the most neglectful ways you could. I'm not saying she has to be best friends with the mom. She's not me. I'm one of those people where I would be best friends with the mother of,
hell yes, you can watch her.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to be. I'm a team player. I believe in that. If I decide to marry to somebody who has children, I believe in being a team player. Because first of all, this is not the kid's fault that this situation happened, and that is the mother. Still, I would put my bullshit aside. I really would, and be there. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go out and have some more kids with other women. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is I know how to be mature enough to say, you know what, it's not that baby's fault. Hey girl, how you doing? Come sit down. You need a glass of water? No, okay, good. Give me this baby. Have a good day. That's all. I know how to do that. That's all you got to do. It does not have to, as I say, it does not have to be no overextensive relationship. It just needs to be a cordial one. Hey, how you doing? How's she doing? Any doctor's visits coming up? Anything that you need me to be present for? That does not take that much hard effort. Like it does. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I agree. I also agree with Melita. What's up, Melita? How you doing? I also agree. I think Kendra needs more time. They have issues in their relationship separate from that, and it's okay for her to need more time. But when you choose to accept
that's kind of at the same time, Melita, I get what you're saying. If Kendra were different, I would agree with your comment. If Kendra were different, Kendra's not different at all. Kendra is very immature and very misplaced in society and time of where she is. Because there's no way that I feel like she is not cordial with the other baby mamas, especially Alex. the ex-wife, and even Grandma Jaws. I don't think that she's throwing them off to the side and saying, I'm not having a relationship. I think she is very much in that baby mama circle that they had back in the other seasons. I really do believe that she's a part of that. So I feel like if you're going to do it for one, you need to do it for all. I'm just saying.
I think as a married person, I respectfully disagree with the one for all part, because the difference from this baby mama from the rest of them is this baby mama slept with Jock with the impression that he was married. The others had.
When you said it the first time, didn't Kendra say they were on a break and he had this baby?
It doesn't matter if they were on a break. It was a private break. This woman thought and had the impression when she slept with him that they were married, because no one knew they were on a break. The public did not know.
I thought this happened before they got married, though.
Yes, it did. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this woman had.
But that's what Kendra said. I'm going off Kendra's words. Wait a minute. I'm trying to back up and remember what Kendra said. Kendra said that they were on a break. They were free to do what they wanted. And then all of a sudden, here this baby comes. So my thing is, once again, I could see if she cheated. I could see if he cheated and made this baby.
It doesn't matter that she said that, because what she also said, she acknowledges they were on a break and he was free to do what he wanted. She acknowledges that part. The problem that she has is that this woman, because he said he had dealt with other women too on the break, he told them about it. This woman, apparently, from what they say, did not know that Kendra and Jock were on the break. So Kendra and Jock knew, but this woman did not. She thought that these two were still together and still chose to sleep with them. So that's what she's trying to say. Here's my thing. You took him back. You stayed with him when you found out she was pregnant. So if you're going to be with people who have kids, you have to interact with their parents eventually.
We're saying the same thing.
To some extent.
We're saying the same thing. That's why I'm like, where are you going with it?
Essentially, even though he did not technically cheat on her, she still feels like this woman is someone he cheated on her with, because
remember, I told you, because once again, I don't believe that shit. I believe that they were very much together and he cheated. I believe that.
That's probably what happened.
That because her animosity and her anger and her angst makes it seem like that. And if that was the case, then I would be on Kendra's side. I would be on Kendra. If this was adultery, I would be 100% on Kendra's side.
But she's not telling us. And you're probably right in that. I feel like they would hide that from us because she wants to be the woman he doesn't cheat on.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I feel like her anger. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said her anger and her disposition makes me feel like, at some extent, this was cheating and they're trying to color it up. But what she's missing is that if it wasn't cheating and he had a baby while y'all were not, why is it so hard for you to be cordial to just for the exchange? I'm not saying
you asking that. I'm still wondering what the hell Kendra, who is our age, who has no kids, wants with not just a motherfucker with kids.
As I told you, this is rebel. This is rebel. The more I look at her, this is Von Shay at 30. This is Von Shay at 30. This is what this is. This is Von Shay at 30, because we met her parents. We met Kendra's parents. We know she was not raised to do this.
This is also proof for those people who be acting like they are just the bee's knees or the you-know-what.com. Just because you have a college degree does not mean that you have intelligence. Just because you are a doctor does not mean that you are good in discernment. Just because you are educated more than the average citizen of your home country does not make you smart, because Kendra has a Juris Doctor, and she's a dingbat. It's
and
just
I looked it up. She practices more than 4 practices of law.
She does.
So, excuse me, ma'am. Like, this is the wrong reality.
Lord,
this is the wrong reality that you should have. But see, and the thing about it is, Shayna, I can't even say she because in law, when you go to law school, I only did 1 semester, y'all. Sorry. When you go to law school, they teach you how to think beyond the extent of comment. They teach you. So the fact is, she must have slept through that course, because I'm trying to figure out.
No, I got lots of lawyers in my family.
That like common sense.
Yes, they have and lack it. Some of them lack it. Some of them have it. But I don't think that class.
I'm going to go to school where Phaedra went to school at. Because Phaedra has indigenous lawyer kind of
Well, that's the
practice.
thing. Just because you get trained in something, and a lot of lawyers have that attitude, and so do doctors have it. Just because you're trained in these classes doesn't mean that you're going to be able to think that way outside of law. Now, maybe when applying it to your work, you will be able to think that way. But when it comes to your personal life, it's always different. To acknowledge the comment from Leona Saray, she said, Jock always been a cheater. I haven't been keeping up with the show, but we all know he a cheater. He probably did cheat on her again. Melita says maybe she feels like she'll probably have been his and her baby. Oh, maybe she feels like it should have been her baby with Jock. You know what? She says she doesn't want kids, but I never believe that Kendra doesn't want kids. I think she just says that so she's not, because even as his wife, she's baby mama number 14,612 in 2/4 of 0.5. You know, so
He already had a first wife. So you kind of, I kind of can see what she's saying there.
Yeah, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Is she laughing at you?
Yes. Everybody know I'm crazy, so that's that's
education. Don't let nobody with a degree and a big head make y'all think that they are smarter than you. They just have more knowledge in the field of study that they have their degree in than you. But they are not.
I say it like this: they just have the backup. They just have the backup. That's all that means. They just have the backup. Like that's all that is.
Another important comment from Shayna. She said, I wouldn't want her to be my lawyer because of her personal life choices. No, I feel the same way.
The only lawyer that I want is one that is personal friends of every judge that I'm going to encounter.
Listen,
James, that's the only lawyer that I want. That's the only, and I'm trying to tell you guys, when your lawyer is personal friends with every judge you're going to encounter, I'm telling you, that makes a whole lot of difference than you just getting Joe Schmoes in his shack over there. I'm telling you. The lawyer you want is a lawyer that is personal friends with all of the judges.
Yeah, because then they're going to be able to do their job to the best of their ability.
Absolutely, because it's a double-edged sword. Absolutely, it is.
Some of them lack it. It's so true. I have a degree, and there's some stuff I'm like not the most intelligent with. But when it comes to like diagnosing if someone's a narcissistic sociopath that could have, serial killer like ideologies, then I'm good for that. But other than that, I'm not always smart with things. And I will not log off. Now everybody got my government name on here. Everybody got it. She just saying that. Anyhow, Melita, you're fine as well. We're gonna move into the next scene. I think everyone collectively feels like Kendra is special in the decisions that she makes. So back in the snow. back in the snow. With these black people running around in the snow. Yandy calls Mendici. Y'all, James is about to go in. James is about to go. James cannot stand these people sometimes. Now, Yandy calls Mendici because he didn't come on the trip. He didn't want, he says it's his felony, that's causing him to not go to Canada. I think they'll let you visit if you apply for the visa or whatever, which she did say. I think he just don't want to deal with her ass. My husband said that. He's like, Mendici seemed like he don't really care for her no more. I was like, look at you. Josiah figuring it out. But Mendici is mad at her because of the egg situation. Yandy, for those who are unaware, is supposed to be giving an egg to her cousin, who she calls her sister. Listen, I have friends who are really close to their cousins. I have some cousins that I'm close to, but your cousin is your cousin. They're not your sister or your brother. And your friend is your friend, not your sister or your brother. I don't understand why people do that. But he mad over this egg. She wants to give one of her eggs to her cousin so that she can have a baby because she does have endometriosis and fertility issues. And she does not want to have the surgery that can help her to get pregnant and to help alleviate her pain so that she could take care of the damn child. She also wants Yandy to pay for her ability to have a kid. So Yandy's got to go through the in vitro. Then he wants to give her egg to her cousin so her cousin can get pregnant by some other dude and they have a kid. People do it all the time. It is common. There are celebrities who've had their kids through in vitro and surrogacy and things like that. There's nothing wrong with it. But they talk to their husbands and they have their, they're agreeing on it as a couple. Yandy and Mendici's don't have, obviously, she didn't discuss it with him before doing it. She just kind of did it. She still doesn't see his perspective and thinks that she could change it. It's a mess. Before we get into James' opinion, let me read the comment. Leona Shrey says, me and my cousins was raised like siblings all at my grandma's house. But shit, sometimes I don't even want to claim them as cousins. Hell, let alone. Oh, damn. Not, wait a minute. I thought it was I thought they were raised like that. That is my best friend, y'all. So shout out to the bestie. But yes, she has a lot of cousins. She does have a lot of cousins.
Uh-huh.
A whole bunch.
We went to school with a couple of them, yeah.
We did. We did. She got cousins everywhere. One of her cousins knew somebody in my family. I actually need to tell her that because my dad called me and was like, did you know this person's related to Leona? I didn't fucking know. But they're scattered around Oakland and California.
I remember we used to run out to Oakland to go see our cousins back in the day. I think she only took me once because she's probably like, James, so square ass. I ain't gonna take him no more.
Damn. She said we did. There's a lot of them. They cool. Shout out to Leona's family. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Y'all were all great to me. I'm just playing. Y'all were all great to me.
But how you feel about Yandy's phone call to the DCs?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe he mad. I don't believe they going through this. I don't believe it's ain't shit no more. I don't believe Yandy. I don't believe they got problems. I don't believe it. Where the fuck are you going at the end of the day if Yandy decides to walk out and leave your ass, or you decide to leave her? Where the fuck are you going? Let's be real. And then how fucking dare you go somewhere after she just stood behind your ass while you was locked up in the motherfucking penitentiary for all these goddamn years, and you need to tell me just because she did some little egg shit when y'all ain't even fucking legally married, so I don't give a fuck at this point. Where the fuck are you gonna go now? I don't want to hear this shit from y'all. I don't believe this fucking storyline. I don't believe this egg shit. I don't believe any of this. And I don't care if y'all are playing or not. I don't want some motherfucker that I had to put my life on hold for 5 fucking years to come and tell me that you mad at me over some shit I did that ain't showed you your fucking money. I don't care about any of that shit. So that's what I got to say about that.
I feel like,
and Yandy, hold on 1 second. Yandy, get off Love and Hip Hop and just be an executive producer and tell Mona to even out y'all contracts. So I'm sick of you on this TV show.
I'd like to take the time before we move on to remind everyone that Yandy is not married. Yandy Smith Harris is not legally married. Yandy Smith Harris paid the state of New York to change her last name to be hyphenated to look like her husband and the kids that he had with others while with her. But this is not her actual husband. If y'all would love to see a marriage certificate one of these days, I'm going to just flash up so you can know what one looked like. But Yandy does not have one of those. She did not mail the paper. She did not have to go through the change of last name with Social Security, DMV, as well as bill collectors and your job. She didn't have to go through those things. She is not married. What they doing is they playing house. And because they got some, well, Yandy has some money, that's what they gonna do. That's just what it is.
She sure did. Yeah, absolutely she did. Leona, she sure did. So I'm just like,
they've been doing a lot of social media content and it seems forced.
It does. It does. It's bullshit. It is. And I'm sick of them trying to put it in our face. Over this shit. It's
not the mama bust about.
Y'all know I can't stand Judy, but I love her at the same time. Because I tell you, every time I see Judy, that scene comes to my mind where Yandy was rubbing the oil on them, and she said, "Dang, why was you rubbing up that coconut oil on that man?" Every time I see her, that's what comes to me. So yeah, she did bust about. I ain't got time for Yandy and the DCs. I can't stand them. I just can't.
I'm dying. I pulled out because he sounds just like her, y'all. Y'all don't understand how much James's Theater, we are here for it.
I know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one of these times where you have on the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm going to mimic everybody's voice.
You know what I want to do?
I know I could do it. That's
what I want to do with you guys. Me and James both made Patreons. We haven't gone live with our channels yet. It is a lot that goes with Patreon that we want to work on and make sure people are getting what it's worth. But we should react to stuff on there together. just
Oh, we definitely gonna react to some shit. Absolutely. That's the whole purpose of why I created mine in the first place. Because I can't do it on YouTube.
right.
And if y'all want to see, you just gotta pay for it. I'm sorry, it ain't.
Yeah, I'll still do some on YouTube, but I am going to start putting things on Patreon. Listen, y'all got to understand, if you curse in the first 10 minutes of your video, you won't monetize. It's like all sorts of little rules that are crazy. Anywho, back to the comments. Mr. Also Tender says, show them, show them, show them with the smiley face. That is my husband. He's like, we did it. We did it. Listen, when a man is even like, show them, and it's because marriage is not just a small thing. So to have these people on TV acting like they are married when they not, it's getting on my nerve. And I do also agree with you, James. 7 years, held them down, dealt with Judy.
When I tell you, ain't did shit. Yandy ain't even talk. All she did was roast me coconut oil on some man. That's all she did. All she did was that. So I'm not finna sit up here and because to me, honestly, men be having shit fucked up. They do. They be having shit fucked up because there's no way that I'm finna. You know what? I'm not gonna play with you. But what I'm saying is like, there's no way you're gonna disrespect me on national TV. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. If you don't want it on camera, then you need to have a private conversation with me. But don't be sitting up here trying to blast me and gaslight me on some shit because I want to do something for my family. But we ain't got no fucking legal paperwork between us.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're not married, your man can't tell you shit. He
exactly. Can't get mad at a fucking thing. You shouldn't get mad at any fucking thing.
And even if you are married, he can't. No, I'm not gonna say
No. If they were married, I wouldn't have it. Y'all, if they were legally married, I would not have this opinion. I would be on Mendice's side.
Yeah.
I really would. I would be on Mendice's side if they were legally married. But the fact that they are not, I do not care at the end of the day.
I'm dying at Also Best comment. And why did you switch YouTubes? Because these are both his. He was, look at this shit, y'all. Mr. Also Tender, Also Best. Pick a channel, my dear. Pick a channel and stay there. But he said, "Play it house."
It's giving you watching us, and you had to put us down for 2 seconds. Then you brought the shit back up
because he's at work.
Yeah, that's what it's getting.
James said, "I'm gonna call you out." That is another person who enjoyed James or is working on getting through James Jackson's book. He said he liked your storyline a lot and that it is attention grabbing. And it is hard to grab his attention with regular novels. So I just want to give you your flowers.
Oh my goodness, I love that you said that. Oh my God, thanks. I appreciate the support, y'all. Being an author is hard as it is. Trying to even get a book, to even get a book deal, to do all that, and still continue to maintain that longevity. It is a hard thing to do. So I just want to say thank you to anybody who appreciates or even picked up my book and started to read even the first chapter. If you want to read my book, the first 48 pages are free on Google. You can read it for free. Do it like that. And if you like the rest of it,
it's only $13.
Go buy it. Look, inflation. I ain't trying to force people to give up their money.
Oh Lord. He said, of course, write another book.
It's
please.
finished. It's finished. I just gotta work out the money.
Put it out. You know, he understands. Also, Best gets it, all the money. Sometimes he want to put out a song and be like, "What it costs so much?" So, anywho,
they need resources for writers. Y'all, Hollywood, y'all want content. We got the shit in our computers. Give us the money to put it out. Damn it.
I agree, and I think the people who support the writers strike would too. Leona Sheree from Facebook says they try and they best to stretch out these storylines, but the show won't last forever.
Honestly, with Yandy and Medicis, I'd rather see the baby mamas.
Yeah,
I would rather see the baby, even though that was fuck shit on his own. I would rather see the baby mamas at this point. Because the cousin ain't cutting it. So I need to see. Go ahead and bring Samantha and Elena or Irina, Erica, whatever the fuck her name was. Go ahead and bring her back out of New York and bring her ass on the show. Because I'm tired.
I agree. Without the baby mamas, it's not interesting. But Yandy likes us to forget what he was doing while with her, with other people. But moving it along, y'all. Do me a favor, like the video too if you haven't already. We then see the cast go to meet with the Nakota tribe, and they are Native American tribe in Canada. We learned that the history is similar to America, where Thanksgiving we know has really got an evil background. If I'm being entirely honest, a lot of these tribes were oppressed. Genocide really happened. There were a lot of negative things that happened to these people in these tribes. And really, North America was their land up north here in America and Canada. So it's unfortunate, but we learned that they signed a contract with the government that runs Canada to like, you know, contract to be on the land together, and they were screwed over essentially. So I like that they brought the opportunity to learn about history. I thought that was good. But some stuff happens. Before I get into what happened, I don't want her to feel like her comment was ignored. She said their son, Lil Mendici, started acting. He's been in a few movies, and they should both. Huh.
I didn't know that.
The
Okay.
storyline. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I don't think it would be the quality I want to see from Yandy and Medicis, but I do want to say big ups to him because that's not an easy thing to do either, is star in movies and act. They're making it easier now with auditioning processes, and almost anybody can be an actor nowadays, especially on Tubi. So big ups to him. But yeah, that's not what I want to see. And I want to touch base on when you really think of when the indigenous people of Canada and, you know, talk about how they really did lose all their land, thinking that signing this contract with Europe and how that really was supposed to benefit them, but actually affected them even worse than where they started. It just really goes to show you, man, colonizing was just
it's awful.
Is the most horrible thing this country could ever. And y'all could sit up there and act like, well, stop complaining about it. It's like, no, when you take people's livelihoods and things that was originally theirs, make it your own, all to benefit yourself. No, we have a right to be angry. We have a right to say no. Fuck y'all.
And it's the same thing with Hawaii, Guam, American
Samoa.
It's a lot. This is
happening. Yeah, it's sad. It broke my heart more so, not so much loving hip hop cast, but it broke my heart for those people, those beautiful. You know, I'm glad they still study their roots and how they prayer circles. They keep that original religion alive, because that's not something as African Americans or Black Americans that we have. So I really appreciated this so much. And I just hate that love and hip hop had to fuck it all up at some point.
No, fuck it all up. A mess.
You know what I'm about to say.
My next comment, though, I was like, it's a teachable moment, but the cast is so goofy that it takes away from that. And I don't think any of them care or will remember. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Sorry.
I pray to God the indigenous people don't. I pray that they just looked at this opportunity to spread education. What they do with this is what they make. That's all I'm saying.
So they have healing moments, which when this cast in this healing journey, it feels disingenuous. But Carly Red breaks down. The man prays for her. And I actually teared up a little bit. I was like, oh, Carly. I think that she is hurting. I don't think it's all from Spice, though. I know a lot of people would love to say that. I think she's got other stuff going on that she needs to address. But I was glad that she was able to release some of the pain that she has. And Rashida and Kirk, be quiet on commenting, as well as Yandy. You guys have been some of the cruelest to her for no good reason. Haven't called out Spice when you should have been. Things of that nature. Don't try to be empathetic now, especially Rashida and Kirk. Why are you there? Anywho, if your bistro is there and so busy, like open the second one. Why are y'all always here? What happened to Pressed? Can we see a store? Like, what's going on with that? Because we really have not filmed them at all. And I feel like they got a story, but I also feel like they may have talked to production or something to get the.
I feel like ever since they kids, significant others acted a fool on Love and Hip Hop and the pandemic happened, we ain't seen nothing authentic from Kirk and Rashida since.
That's true. That's true. I agree. So moving it along, the group goes to a bar. Yandy and Rashida, they end up speaking while at this bar, and Yandy thinks that she is too independent for Mendicis, or she thinks that Mendicis feels that she is too independent.
Yeah, it took you 35 years to figure that shit out.
Yandy is stupid. Rashida tells her, you cannot be there for everyone and then not be there for your man. And I want to say that again. You cannot be there for everyone, meaning you cannot put your friends and family ahead of your supposed husband. Now, because this is not her husband, I will say, if you want him to become your husband, if you want that, you know, you can't put friends and what everybody else wants ahead of your man. And that's why a lot of you bitches are single. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. It doesn't work that way. It should be give and take on each side, but it should not be just one person getting their way because they got the coochie. It don't work that way. For anybody, I'm not saying I have all the knowledge. I'm just saying.
I agree with you if the circumstances, if we was talking about two other people.
Yeah.
I would agree with, because I do agree with that. Let me be serious for a moment. I do agree 100% of what Mrs. Best was saying, and I agree with what Rashida is saying.
Hmm.
This is the right message. It's going to the wrong door.
Yeah.
This is going to the wrong door.
Rashida shouldn't offer anybody advice on anything.
And I was going to say that next. You took the word out. And then second, Rashida, because you in that confessional in that tight ass fucking corset and talking about how you had to, look at Kirk's actions and forgive, and I'm just like, Rashida,
He made a
you
baby.
you did the impossible. You did the impossible. You forgave him for shit that I felt like, damn, that's almost the equivalent of taking 3 bullets to the chest for somebody. The shit you did. You should publicize that. You should make that an inspiration.
Let me tell y'all what Rashida did. Every time they post a picture of just herself and Kirk, the Shade Room picks that up so fast, and they are the Shade Room and be talking like, look at their marriage. Do you guys think their marriage goals? And when I say to you, it'd be 23,000 plus comments laughing at them as a couple, and then laughing further because then you got to remember, oh yeah, they're a couple that's married. Rashida, right message, like James said, wrong deliverer. You are not the messenger that needs to give this message, but she settled. She settled. She settled. And I want her to get that tattoo that's fading away on her arm. I want her to cover that up, get it redone. It looks terrible. It looked like a tattoo that was done in the jail, and she's not a criminal. I want her to cover that tattoo up on her arm. You in that tight ass corset, like James said in the confessional. And then when we look at your arm, I don't even know what the hell it is because the letters is fading.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even so much that. I don't want her to be the poster of what successful marriages look like, because when I look at them, I want to not ever get married, because I don't want the day my husband goes to a shack in the middle of fucking nowhere and be in a jacuzzi with Bambi and them and Bazine and Bobby and all and Bobby B and everything. I don't want to see that on national TV, because then that goes to grounds where I'm gonna turn into Jodi Arias. I don't want to see a baby on my doorstep with a note in a picnic basket, and I'm supposed to just encourage and acknowledge and everything. Oh yeah, but that's just my husband. I'm supposed to forgive that, right? No, that's not what we do here. I don't want them to be the poster child. If they want to be on a poster for positive marriages, this is what marriage should not be. Should be the title of that poster. I'm just saying.
I agree. Marriage is work. I know my marriage is not perfect at all. At all. But ain't nobody making babies. Nobody's cheating. Like, nobody's doing none of that. So I feel like once you get to a certain age too, and once you've been with someone for so long, you should have worked out your kinks, like separate from marriage. Like, I've been with my dude for 16 years now, and it was rough. By no means are we perfect, but I feel like now that we're in our 30s and have been together longer, we understand each other's triggers, what we're going to get, those type of things. So it does help. I don't feel like Rashida and Kirk have done any of that work or even tried to really talk to a counselor on a serious note, because you can tell I've done the counseling, and at first it's like you don't know if you're going to make it, but then if you keep going, it does help your relationship if both people want it to. I just feel like Rashida and Kirk have not done the work, but are going to stay together because remember, he's old as hell. He had to adopt her. That's all I'm going to say. Moving along, they see them doing a curling activity, some sort of ice activity. They slide and do all this extra stuff. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to go over that scene, and I apologize for those who did want me to, because I just didn't feel like there's anything worth it to recap. So apologies, but I will not be going over it. Not on Patreon either. I did not care. Did you want to comment on it though? Because I
didn't understand it either. And I was like, we're not playing hockey, so what are we playing? Like,
what are we doing? And why do I have to put my body on the ice?
Yeah, and then why I got to sling it like a bowling ball? Like, I don't understand. And then him over there sweeping the line. I was like, okay, I'm good. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
YT activity is what I will say.
I aspire because, at some point I want to be married to Scott McGilvery. So I aspire, to understand what this is.
Child, I cannot with you, James. Just learn pickleball. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine with pickleball. So back in Atlanta, Jock, Kendra, his kids, the family, they're having kickball. They're all spending time together. I don't know if Jock is really spending his time with these kids off camera, because why can't y'all ever just be in the house? Why can't kids ever just be at your house, running around, comfortable, just like existing?
Because I don't see Kendra making 14 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the kitchen. I just don't see
do
that.
it at the house and cater food instead of renting out a whole damn.
I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see her having two babies in her hands, stirring a pot of spaghetti, and then trying to make sure this baby stop throwing the ball in the house, make sure this baby, ain't on that phone on Instagram. I just don't see
Half
her.
the kids is grown. They could be in the house, like just naturally spending time
Only
together.
Alex and Fatima's child is grown.
Oh.
Grandma Jaws and the other baby mama, I keep forgetting her name because she was really pretty too. They have the twins. They were pregnant at the same time. Them twins probably about 12. And then he got the other ones that are underneath them. He only has like 2 or 3 grown kids. There's 2 or 3 of them.
Huh. All right. Well, either way, I want to see. I want to see.
Oh, and Grandma Jaws, shout out to Bondi Blue. I forgot to shout her out. Sorry, Bondi, if you ever watch this. Shout out to you, because you came up with that name, Grandma Jaws. I know. I'm talking about seed or whatever that. The annoying.
I just want to see them do something where they're not like planning for this big activity, just something normal. That's what I'm annoyed with as a whole, though, on reality TV. They always have to do something extra. Everyone seems to have copied the luxury, style that came with Housewives. And it's like not every show needs to be that. So yeah, I'll leave that there. But they're playing kickball. They try to give us this like hanging identify a little cliffhanger or whatever, because Gloria is supposed, Kendra says she'd be okay being in the same room with her, just cordial. And so he's like, I don't know if Gloria's going to come inside. And this lady who's been crying about coming inside and all of that decides she can't come inside. I don't believe that Gloria couldn't come inside. I feel like Gloria was the other woman. I feel like they were not broken up and he did cheat. I feel like some of the kids in the family knows that. And they probably look at her a little thirsty, because why she didn't want to get out that car. But when you at Kendra's house, right, her space, now you suddenly are demanding that you have to meet somebody and walk in. But when you're around everybody else, you don't want to come in.
What it was, she thought Grandma Jaws, shout out to Bondi and Fatima and all them, was up in there finna jump her. That's what it was, Kendra. That's what she thought. That's why I asked her, because she didn't bring her homegirl with her. That's what it was. I'm just playing. Allegedly. I'm just playing, y'all. That's not what it was. But it was weird that you threw a fit over the phone about how he needs to spend more time and how y'all need to be on the same page and stuff. But you can't even get out your little white Mercedes to go up in there and say, hey, how's everybody doing? Just dropping a baby off. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.
She didn't even get out the car.
She didn't get out the car. It was like, so you raised all this hell for no goddamn reason. Because you didn't even get out the damn car, but you're going to drop the baby off.
Trying to fuck with Kendra. That's what I think about this.
Yeah, now I'm starting to see where it was this scene that I saw where Kendra was coming from. Yep. It was this scene. I still think Kendra is immature, but still, I understood because
if you get friendly with her and talk to her, like James said, the baby's younger, so you do have to interact more with younger kids, yes. But if you get friendly and talk to her, it's gonna be harder for her to try any bullshit. It's gonna be that much harder. You just can't talk to her at all about your relationship. But after how she did that, if I was Kendra watching this episode back, I would be up in her face on purpose at every family event.
But I did it anyway. Because I'm that person. I'm like, hey, baby, go get out this car. Come on up in here with these kids. I'm just that person.
And they were playing.
I get country as hell. Like, come on, baby, come on, get out this car, girl. Come on in here.
I got impeccable aim and was good at kickball. When I tell y'all I'm really a tomboy, I would have got that ball right to the face. Bitch,
I could do that too, but I don't want to pop nobody booty cheek or nothing.
That's not my problem. My ass cheeks are real.
I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be the cause, because I don't want that baby growing up thinking I popped her on my ass on purpose. I don't want that baby growing up thinking that shit. Remember when I was 3? My mom had to go to the hospital because of you. I don't want babies to tell me that. I don't want babies to tell me, because then I'm going to feel bad that I did it. When the baby tells me, remember what you did, because they never going to forget that shit. So that's why I'm like, no, I'm going to be nice. I know I'm going to kill nice, but I'm good. But I told y'all how I'm going to be. Girl, we gotta take this baby to ballet. We gotta take this baby to something. Where we gonna take this baby? She do soccer. Okay, we gotta take this baby. But I can look, my limit, y'all. If I'm a married into somebody with some kids, my limit is 3. I will do 3. I'm not doing no more than that. You got more than 3 kids, then we got a problem we ain't meant to be. 3 is my limit, and one of them 3 got to be older than 12, where they can hold a baby when I'm at the grocery store picking out my shit. Hold this baby. I gotta pick out something because the carts only have that one little baby slot. So the grown kid got to hold the other baby while I pick out some fruit and shit. Yes.
I cannot, James. I cannot. Lord. I don't know. Kendra's just weird. I think this is why people need to pay attention to that. If you don't want to deal with a baby mama, baby daddy, or ex, don't date nobody with kids. And I'm not saying that people with kids are less dateable. I'm just saying you have to be prepared for that. Going to put the kid before you if needed, and that's how it should be. So I don't feel like people be thinking about that. They just don't. They just don't be thinking about it. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. They laughing at your ass.
y'all know I'm crazy. Y'all already know that. Well, Leona know for sure that my ass is crazy. But what's so crazy about it is that is some shit that I would really do. Like, y'all don't understand. If I'm married to some kids, I am the mother or the ex-wife or whoever it is going to hate me because I'm going to be so nice, and I'm just naturally like that. They be like, "Damn, you making this shit hard for me to hate you." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. Don't make it hard. Just love me anyway. I'm an added parent.
I'm
gonna come in handy. Trust me, when birthdays come around, because I wanted to decorate the shit. That's me. I want to decorate, put the birthday cake and cook everything. That's just me.
Listen, I can't. I always say if I don't have kids by 35, count me out.
1 year, so because I said the same thing. If I ain't got no kids, but I'm just
I like freedom. Like it used to be, I'll do it because I'm married. He's probably gonna want a kid, but now I'm like, I like freedom. I don't have to find a babysitter and not go play. I can just pick up and go to Ecuador if I want.
When I have kids, I'm not rich enough to have kids because I said if I have kids, I have to have a nanny. And I don't want just any kind of nanny. I'm not talking about these little 21-year-old, 23. I need Ms. Gomez from Married to Medicine. I need Aunt Jemima. I need Thelma Harper from Mama's Family. I need that kind of nanny. I don't need no young ass. That's where these people mess up with these young ass little teenagers to be their nannies. Like, what child experience do you have being that fucking young, tearing some kids? Come on.
Listen. No, I'm not mad at it though. Shit. No, Lolita said she feel it because the older sibling gonna help. That's what older siblings.
Absolutely, that's what they for. Yep, exactly. I had to be that too. Yep. So exactly, it's gonna teach you 1 or 2 things. Either you're gonna have a hell of a lot of, or you're gonna have none at all.
Yep. People always tell me in my family, they'd be like, because I had to raise my siblings. I'm the oldest. And when I had to raise them versus just being their siblings, I think that really made me more careful about getting pregnant when I was younger and stuff.
It really.
Not afraid of nobody's plan, not afraid of nobody's plan B pill, not afraid of nothing. Okay. I said, I'm not doing this because I knew it came with it before getting into it. So I think that helps. But anywho, moving it along. I agree with the comment that was up a few seconds ago too, Leona. This storyline has been the same for multiple seasons, Jock and Kendra, and that's why they got to go. Them, Rashida and Kirk, Yandy and Mendici, they all need to go. They are nothing to look up to. None of them. They all got babies by other people, and they all born with the same fake storylines. So the group goes to eat, and at this dinner, Spice says that she did a song with Bambi's ex-husband. Like they sit down and it seems like boom. Spice like, I did a song with your ex-husband, because Spice is petty and doesn't know how to be an adult. And maybe there's still poison in her ass leaking from that botched BBL that's impacting her way of thought. Because you did a song with Scrappy, but you're a dance hall artist. It's obvious that you did that because you are petty. Scrappy, last hit Scrappy had, me and James was in high school.
I was going to say, how old was I? I was like maybe 13, 14.
We was in high school.
And I couldn't even tell you what the name of the song is today.
We was in high school. Yes, Leona, he is still trying. He is still trying. She said trying. Like he can't just put it out. He's trying to do it. Lord, I'd be so annoyed with Scrappy. I do. But Spice announced that she did a song with Bambi's ex-husband, which is Scrappy. And Bambi, here's the thing, though I don't care for Bambi, mostly her, like just how she operates, her little attitudes and stuff. I think she can be a victim. I liked how she and do like how she handles people when they be getting mad and in her face. She not gonna really do that. Do you know what I mean? She's gonna like wait and give her little dig. I actually like the fact that she was like, "Is it a diss?" Spice was like, "No. Why would I make
Yeah,
it
I
a
felt
diss?"
like it was the question. That question was valid too, because why did
Yeah.
seek out of everybody he could have seeked out.
Mama D got her traumatized too.
Yeah, and it's like, and then her mama just, and his mama just put out a disc record, so why wouldn't I think he would do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's common.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And especially like Spice and Scrap ain't never been that close. Spice and Scrap, it doesn't make sense for them two to do a song, but Spice was upset with Bambi because Bambi did side with Erica Mena with the racist comment. As a Black woman, it's okay to stay friends with Mena, Bambi, but you need to hold your friends accountable. You just
absolutely. I agree with that.
do.
I agree with that, and at the same time, if she did do it with you, you didn't do it. We could see it. That should happen publicly. Your response needs to happen publicly as well. I thought she was really gonna slap Mama D on that one thing.
She wasn't gonna slap Mama D.
I don't think she was gonna slap her. I really don't think because to me that's even lower than anything that Mama D could have pulled out, because these are props. These are like things to get just to poke at you. She's just poking at you. And to me, I would have embraced the shit. When I tell you, I would have dropped it low on that song. You would have picked it right back up and said, "Hey," and let you know that shit don't affect me. That's the attitude Bambi needed to have.
Because the song is a bop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I tell you, I would be on Instagram live, like bouncing with that shit. But I tell you, I'd have danced so damn hard, looking stupid. But that's what I would have did, because at the end of the day, you're not finna get no reaction out of me. It's not gonna do this. I'm not with your son no more. It is what it is. He didn't do what he gonna do with the baby mama. He recycled her. So at the end of the day, what else? What else can we do?
I want people to also, for on these shows specifically, y'all sign a contract to do these shows, and you choose to date people on the show that you're still contractually obligated to film and work with. So who cares if someone does a song with your ex if you're not with them no more? I want them to stop talking about Bambi and Scrappy. I'm over it, honestly. But Yandy says that she loves the song that Spice and Carly did together. And Spice announces she's going to be having an event. That's part of the reason they came to Canada. They want her to perform. And she says she wants to have the rest of the cast perform because everybody there does music. Though we don't really know any of it. I'm convinced people are only listening to Spice drunk in the club too, because I ain't heard not damn one person, and I know some Caribbean people, specifically Jamaican, I ain't heard not damn one of them listen to her music. And I asked someone who I know who is Jamaican recently, do you listen to dance hall? Do you listen to Spice? And they say, I listen to dance hall, but I don't acknowledge Spice. I don't know why that was said, but it is what it is. Anyhow, everybody's going to be performing. So Yandy was like, well, since everyone's going to perform a song or something of theirs, why don't you and Spice perform the song that you had together that was submitted for a Grammy? Because Yandy is messy. Yandy is messy. Leona says the song is good. The song is good. Carly and Spice, the song wasn't bad. And I think Carly Red is better with the like Islander vibe for music. I just feel like everybody's hopping on that bandwagon and trying to do an islandy song. I was really fucking done with Sukihana's Casamigos poured in my cup.
But I tell you, in Florida, that song played like you would not believe. It was like I really thought the DJ played it 3 times in one night. I was like, why am I listening to this song again? That is all they play. Every club I went to in Miami, that is all they played. It was crazy.
She can't even say Casamigos. It's not Casamigos. Ha. Take Spanish. Ha. That's how it should be pronounced. Anywho, it bothered me how she said that on that song. Anyway, Yandy wants them to perform that song, and Spice gets mad and calls Yandy a liar, which I actually was here for. I don't like Spice, but I was dying when she called Yandy out. You like the song? Sing the song. Sing a couple words.
That's the car.
Spice grabbed her by the chin.
I was like, yeah, that's better. I said, yeah.
Because Yandy don't know that damn song.
Yandy don't know that damn song. Yandy was being messy. And
Yandy listening to Angie Stone and Jill Scott, and I don't think Yandy listened to that type of shit. I just
No,
don't.
she don't. No, she
I
don't
can't
get.
see her.
She don't get yet exactly what you said. Lettuces, Jill Scott.
Yeah,
She in
right.
the 40s, so that's exactly what she listening to. And I don't. Venmo believe she knew that song. All she knew of was the song. We all know of that song. That's why when she said "sing it right now," because she was pointing her finger over the car. That
That's
shit
why
killed. That shit
it was
killed.
not allowed to be submitted for the damn Grammy because the song can be good, but doesn't mean it's Grammy worthy and that anybody knows it. But Lord, help us, Lord. Anywho, I was dying because she called Yandy's lie out, and Yandy is the type of person who gonna think she could just keep talking and talk her way out of a lie, for what I noticed. But the tone of the conversation did change. Spice got noticeably upset as soon as Yandy mentioned something about Carly, and Bambi called it out. I actually respect Bambi because she's the only one to side and kind of defend Carly without taking a full side, if that makes sense. I feel like people are not defending Spice on this cast. They're dick riding her. They're kissing her ass. But Bambi and a few others are like gonna let her know when she's wrong, and those who let her know she's wrong lose their friendships with her or become less close. Sierra, cough, cough. So it is what it is. So when Bambi says the tone of the conversation is changing, they start to discuss the things that happen with her and Carly, and they speak about the physical altercation because Spice is like, I don't have to deal with her, this and that. Why is she upset playing victim? And for the 15,000 times, it's explained because you tried to attack her. And not more than once. That was just that episode. You spent pretty much a whole season trying to physically assault this woman while you not even healed up with your hernia and got stitches up your belly. You're trying to attack someone. Just like you tried to attack Erica Mena, which even though Mena made a racist comment, which I do not condone, she came in there with the goal to make peace and was called all sorts of things, and her son was brought up. And I just don't think, I've had problems with people before. I'm never going to bring up someone's parenting when I'm arguing with them. I'm not bringing up your children in any way because they are not relative to what we are discussing and my issue with you. What the hell do innocent kids have to do with that? So they was both wrong. But it's just annoying as hell that Spice keeps freaking out in this way. Bambi says it got physical. Spice says it never got physical and that she didn't touch Carly and that people are making her look bad. Here's why you look like a bully. While you did not touch Carly, you're a grown-ass woman trying to attack another. And once you get to a certain age, it's not cute to be fighting no more. Grow up. 2, you did not touch Carly. But the only reason you did not touch her is because your castmates had to put their arms around you until security came to stop you from attacking her for no good fucking reason. Spice is delusional, and I really think that she might be bipolar or something because the way that she snaps on people is like, it reminds me of mania, and it does not make sense. And if she does not have mental health issues, then she is proof that people in this world can just be, I'm sorry, a little bit evil to the bone. I don't think Spice is a good person. She may be good to her children that are never with her, but I don't think that she is a good person because you're not going to tell me you're just, yes, Jamaicans and Caribbeans are aggressive. But yeah, like Leona says, she is demonstrating hate. Why do you hate this woman who has not stole your money, slept with your man, talked about your kids, put your life at risk, put your job at risk? You are literally mad at the one person who got their ass on a plane to come see about you. Nobody else on this cast cared enough to get on the plane. And we know for sure Kirk and Rashida had time to hop on the plane. They ain't got shit going on. So, and then it's the 2 dick riding her the hardest. So it don't make no sense for Spice to be so upset. In addition to all of that, Carly's apologized time after time after time after time after time.
And it was very tedious. It was like, oh my gosh, why do you keep apologizing? And to me, if I was Carly, I would be suspicious of why she has this animosity. Was this something you want me to see? Because why are you so mad that I actually came to see about your well-being? That makes no sense.
Spice is trying to make it seem like she's more so upset now that they're not filming. Spice is commenting because Leona's correct. There is stuff that they're not talking about on the show. And Spice likes to comment in the Instagram comments and stuff about She's basically just upset because a friend of Carly's that was living with Carly slept with Spice's ex. Not while they were together, though.
But I'm
So
trying to figure out what that got to do with Carly.
what they got to do with Carly? I got people who are friends with bitches I don't like.
Because
I don't care.
My thing is this. Yeah, it would be fucked up to see him and her together, absolutely. But I ain't got no control of that. Y'all are not friends. Is the bigger problem here. Y'all are not issues. So that man is fair game. And he's easy on the eye. So I don't understand why you would think nobody was not going to run past you to him.
Carly's friends don't know you. Like
Yeah.
I have friends that don't know my other friends and vice versa. And that is fine. Leon is a good example. She's a good friend of mine. Very, very good friend. I don't have very many. It's like a handful of people I call friends, and she's one of them. But she's somewhat more extroverted and has friends. Some of her friends I ain't met before, ain't seen them in years. You don't have to be friends with your friends' friends. And if one of her friends that I have not met, like slept with somebody I used to be with, who cares? Because they don't owe shit to me. It doesn't work that way. So Spice, to even what she's claiming to be upset about in comments, it still does not make sense. Spice ends up crying.
No, she was trying to add a scoop to an already dead cone. You was trying to find something else to get mad at this lady over, and this, once again, like the rest of the shit, did not make sense.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Spice, that she did? Or what did you not want her to know when she was trying to find you in the Dominican Republic or wherever the fuck you were when you were in that hospital? Because there is something there that Mita did that you're not saying.
But she forgave Mita. That's the crazy part. She's forgiven.
I don't know what Mita did. Mita did something. I'm telling you, this ties to Mita. Mita did something. And Spice is not saying what that is.
Well, Spice was also not saying what Carly and Mita and some other people in their group have confirmed online, which is they were all mad at Spice. I think Spice was mad that Carly and Mita probably aligned with these other people who were mad at her. And I believe is this that small? Because why the fuck you care about a man you ain't with no more? Like, girl. No. Nevertheless, she doesn't like that she is treated or looks like a bully. He says that Carly acts like she's scared of her. She's, in my opinion, Spice, you have to really think lowly of Carly Red to think that she would be afraid of you. I've never looked at any of my friends and been like, oh, I think you would be scared of me, mad. That means you think your partner's weak.
No, the problem is that she's missing the overall objective. It's not that she's scared of you. She's scared to move in certain directions in spite of you. That's what it is. She's scared that any little thing that she does, you are then going to use it against her. So it's not afraid that she's scared of you. She's scared to move when it comes to you. And I will be too. Because I don't know what I'm going to get for you. You mad because I bought you a purse that wasn't real. You mad because my girlfriend slept with your old man. You mad because I came to the Dominican Republic and to see you
trying to attack her.
Yeah, you're trying to.
That's different. Just because you're mad does not mean that you should tear down your friend.
Absolutely. Every little thing that she does,
It's terrible. Spice is cruel and unusual. I don't think it's okay. It's also the example of like, this is why some friendships cannot come back. I don't think they will ever come back from this because you can have.
I wouldn't want to come back from this.
She shouldn't.
That's what that man told about her heart. Your heart is too big. There's some things you have to let go of. You just have to let it go. It may hurt you. You may not understand it, but you have to let it go for your own well-being because this woman does not mean you any good.
Listen, your friends are just that. They are friends. Friends are people we choose to have in our life. They're kind of like the family that we choose. So when they show you that and remind you that they ain't your family and that they won't choose you, then let it be. Sometimes people grow apart. Sometimes people do things that are not redeemable. It's just a part of life. I think that both of those things apply to Spice and Carly, and I'm sick of it. Now, Spice also tries to throw Sierra under the bus, saying, how is it that Carly acts like I'm a bully, but Sierra did the same thing? She actually hit her. Sierra did not hit Carly, everybody. Sierra's friend did, if we think back to that season. And Carly felt like Sierra had her friend do that. They talked about it, like Carly said. They worked through it. And no one's ever done that to each other again amongst Sierra and Carly. So to try and bring that up is just like, so now you're trying to place blame instead of taking accountability, Spice. And that's why nobody feels sorry for you. Nobody. No. Not a fucking soul. So it's annoying. She plays victim and basically goes crying. And of course, only Kirk, Rashida, and Yandy is coming after her. But Yandy was actually in this scene, and it's going to be relevant based on what they showed us for the next episode. Yandy was actually telling her the truth in a way that was like gentle but clear, you know, and Spice still wasn't really, you know, getting it. But now she's crying. I'm going to go home, even though it's her trip. I'm going to pack my suitcase and let her ass go. If you can go, nobody cares if you go. It's not even a cliffhanger. Just, I would love it if she would go, because I'm tired of hearing her argue. I don't think the blue hair looks good on her. I'm sick of looking at the BBL. I'm sick of the fake healing journey. It's an insult to those who are actually trying to heal. And she doesn't appreciate the second chance at life that she's gotten. It's unfortunate, but go be with your kids, Spice. We don't need you on the show.
She is the quicksand that is sinking them all. We cannot have a good time because you want to stay mad at somebody and get shit to you. And it's like, I'm trying to grow with you on this show, but the more I talk about it, if we have to mention her anymore going forward in this show, whatever, however many episodes they have, I'm just going to say we can move on. When it comes to her. Because at this point, this is starting to get tiring. It's exhausting. She's exhausting. I'm tired of it. I'm trying to make sense of this shit, and nothing about it makes sense. So at this point, going forward, and for recaps of Love and Hip Hop ATL, we can move on when it comes to Spice. I'm not going to speak on it. You want to go chat?
I'm getting tired of Spice. I think everybody feels the same way. I don't blame you for it. I'll recap what I see, but I think that we have said all that we can say about Spice. Obviously, she's not going to change, and it is what it is. The only good thing Spice does that I like to see on this show is the give backs that she does when she's in communities that are less fortunate, such as Jamaica, Belize, and others. But I also feel like even that's disingenuous, and like she just does it to maintain a good reputation. I think the longer she stays on the show, the worse it will be for her. She's going to get to a point where the only fans she has are the ones who are young and dumb and believe that what she's doing makes sense. As people grow, they will see that this shit is wrong. It's not okay. And if I had a second chance at life, I'd be wanting to spend it with my kids, not on a TV show, especially when you have money and a career outside of the show. You're just making everybody else miserable for what? Go away, Spice. Go away. Because Sierra don't fuck with her now. Bambi don't fuck with her now. Carly don't fuck with her now. Jessica looking at her like she's problematic. Like, this slowly people are starting to not want to deal with it. Even Yandy saying something. So Spice can go, and Rashida, since she's attached, take her with her and attach a little hook from Rashida to that third earring that Kirk wears and take him too. I'm over it. But that is our recap, you guys, for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We will be back again next week. I appreciate those who tuned in, participated, engaged. It means the world. You can find the link in the description of this video to James's channel. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. If you are someone who watches my television recaps, then you are missing about 50, maybe 60% of them that I am featured on James' channel doing that. So please subscribe to his channel as well as mine, like the video. I will see you guys next week. I do have another recap right after this one. It will be my 90-day The Single Life. And I have a song review tonight.
Yeah, stay busy on these YouTube streets. I will be watching from afar like I always do. Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate it.
Yes. Anywho, you guys, I appreciate you all. Enjoy your nights. Adios.